Hello. Right. Day streaming. It's weird. It's weird. I was supposed to, I set a schedule for myself, which never works. I was supposed to be on at 2 today. Yeah. I decided to come on at 3 instead. Whatever. You know. I figure, though, that having one day a week that I actually stream during the day, so at least the Western Hemisphere kind of sort of might have a chance of watching. It's probably a good idea. If you don't know, I'm Bill, and I'm going to play some chess. Normally I do late night chess, so I start around anywhere from midnight to 1 in the morning, but it's like Pacific time. So that bitch is like 3, 4 in the morning everywhere else. Anyway, we'll see what happens today. You know, I've realized, I was going to say recognized, but then I said realized instead. There's this, what do they call it? It's like, it's not stateful awareness. It's where, it's like situational memory or something. I can't remember the name of it. But it's where, let's say, for example, you drink alcohol. And anytime you see a person, you've both been drinking a little bit. You're not necessarily drunk, but you've been drinking a little bit. But then you see that person when you're completely sober. Sometimes it's difficult to remember their name or bits and pieces. And it's not just because of the alcohol. It's because of the way that you know them, or the way that you know how to do this thing, like darts or pool, or just, I'm thinking of, stuff that's usually in bars. My point. It extends to other things, such as playing chess. So, I'm really not talking too much about drinking. That was just an example. But I do wonder, because I really don't play in the day, I wonder if that has any effect whatsoever. What am I really doing? I'm prepping myself for potentially losing big time. Oh my God. Bill's Donuts. Huh, my name's Bill. Right, so I wanted to, Sicilian on a Sicilian. Well, that's interesting. All right. Huh, they're playing the Sicilian against the anti-Sicilian. Or I mean, not the anti-Sicilian, the open Sicilian. Okay, that doesn't work. This could potentially work. And I like the look of it. Whoa. Okay, so this person knows what they're doing. Pre-moving, huh, mister? So coming for this guy. This. I think I can push here. Wow. All right. So we got there pretty fast. Bill's Donuts. Seems like you know what you're doing, sir. So I feel like that's the move. I think I just have to trade down. Right. So this is pinned to the knight. And then this is a little bit of problems here. Queen's going to come out. Great. I could develop. I could pop over here. I don't know if that's a good move. Let's see if I do that. Take, and then I lose the pawn. So that's no good. If I push here, I just get took. This might be a move. Or is that the move? We're going to go... I'm a little worried about... I'm going to go here. I'm a little worried about getting knighted on one of these squares. Interesting. Normally people play that move right there with the bishop. I've not seen... I've seen this kind of opening. But not against the English, which is what I normally do. So I've got a castle. He's going to castle 2, likely. We're pretty good. I probably need to put this guy on a different square. So I could push. This is going to be an issue, this long diagonal here. And I feel a push coming pretty soon. This could happen. and it kind of tears up his side a little bit, which I think I'm going to do. Yeah, so he pushes there. This comes with that. I think that's better, but then this happens. Do I want my bishop to be... I don't think it really matters. I'm going to go here. I've played this before. Okay, so he pushes out, attacking that pawn. That's not particularly weak. I could go here. Takes, 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 takes. And I think I win that. Although he could push his pawn there. Actually, I'm okay with that. I don't really want to give up my dark squared bishop, but I'm going to. Yeah. So this happens, right? Do I want that? If I push here, he takes. No. If I take here, which one is better? Horsey. Take, take. Or pawn. I'm going to keep the pawn in the center. I like the potential of having the horse if he doesn't take. I mean, it's just an annoying placed horse, right? Should I call it a knight? Right, so it comes around that way. I could simply take this, but then that kind of corrects his pawn structure. I could take here. That opens up my stuff a little bit. It also opens up his bishop, which I don't like much. Can't move my bishop. The queen could go elsewhere. Got to be mindful of the time. He's coming after this guy. So what is it going to be? Like a take? Take. I don't quite understand. And maybe a push here is what's going on. I don't want to push this pawn. Got to be mindful of this square too. That's in my mind. Also this. Oh, wait. He takes, I take, and then he wins there. That's what that is. Right. Right. Okay. So do I take or not? I will give it a little bit of time here. The only other way for me to defend is that I can see. And I don't like that at all for the dude. So we're going to take. I'm assuming he takes back with his pawn, of course. Maybe. I think I'm probably worse here. I need to find somewhere to put my queen. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about locking this down. See, we're pretty equal. Although, let me see. Let's see. If I take, and then this file. Take. If I push, we're kind of looking for this stuff, and he can get it first. And it's also dark square stuff, which I don't like. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to open up, hopefully this light stuff. Okay, I'm at 5 minutes. All right, well, I did have a plan here, and this is a problem. So, I'm going to go here. He's going to attack. If I go here, he'll attack this way, right? Where can I put my knight after that? Where does my knight want to go? Taking too much time. Not sure. Am I missing something entirely? This might be a good move now that I think about it. What happens? He pushes with the pawn. Yeah, I'm going to go there. I know it weakens my king. I know it does. Yeah, there it is. Okay. And this comes down with his pawn. Can I do anything there? I can push here. He checks. Don't want to do that. I can just push there, though. I think I can come here. Yeah. Really, he takes that way. Okay. I will queen trade here. Yeah. And I'll just move over. I think he should have taken with the bishop, because I think I fucked up there. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so he's coming down that way. I'm going to take this file. Well, I don't want to lose this guy, do I? I don't like this move, but I'm doing it. He'll probably take the file. Okay, he's just coming down, taking this. Cool. I will do this, and then what happens? He comes at it with his rook there, which I can't dislodge. Yeah, that's an interesting little technique he's got going on. I'm going to go here. Probably need to back him up and get him out of a corner, although him being on white is good. I'm thinking maybe that next. And my bishop needs to do something. Maybe here. Right, so he pulled his guy out. This is probably not a great move, neither. This. All right. Let me see. I'm using too much time. Good bishop move on him. My king needs to get out of the corner, I think. Although, I don't know. Maybe him here. I mean, he's just sort of biting on granite that way. God damn, this guy's 7 minutes. Whoops. And he's up a couple pawns. So, do I trade here? He's up the trade. You know, I'm going to do that. I think I'm okay trading. Right. So he's up, so he might just try to trade down. This guy seems to like to trade. That square becomes pretty gnarly. So if he comes over to trade, I don't know if I can actually avoid the trade. I could come back to here, but then he's got that square, and I'm going to lose a pawn. Yeah, I guess that maybe was just not a very good move. Okay, so he can come down this way. I've got this. He takes there. I think that's okay. It's kind of complicating his thing a little bit, which I'm all right with. Right. So I'm going to take there. He's going to try to put here. Right. I've got this bishop, so I'm not so concerned about that right now. This, I think, is okay. I can give that guy up. It's just going to improve my bishop really well. Right. He's going to put... No, this is fine. Right. Okay. I'm probably not calculating this right at all. So his guy's coming out. I will check you. I'll check you again. All right. This way. Oh, I should have come here, I think. No, actually, that would have been a bad move. Right. This has a problem, of course. So here, yeah, not good. Okay. Oh, yeah, oops. All right, well, that's it. Whoops. Whoops. All right. I don't even know what my time is. GG. I'm going to go ahead and resign since he's got this. I don't like resigning, but, I mean, when it's blatant, it's like, come on. It's blatant. Yeah, I messed up a bunch there. Okay. Let's find out where I messed up on. Hello, Twitch person. If you wish on Twitch, is that a rhyme? It's a slant rhyme. Say hello. Hi. Oh, shit. I'm not very good, if you can imagine. I'm going to do a little bit of an analysis here and see what I effed up on big time. This guy opened up, man, 60%. Whew. Some good accuracy. It's nice. It says giveaway. Looks like a good game. Slip through your fingers. Fair. Thanks, Keith. Fucker. Keith is such a dick. Do you actually see the William Buckley thing that I have going on there? No? I don't think you do. I was looking up William Buckley earlier. I didn't know really who he was. I'd seen him, but didn't know who he was. Right. 60%. He played 75, which is great. He had a great move, and a whole bunch of good stuff. But he just outplayed the shit out of me. Interesting book, or 3 book moves. So I normally play the English, and I had not seen someone play what looked to me like the Sicilian. I wasn't really sure how to continue. Although it says, so English opening symmetrical 2 knights variation. So it was just the 2 knights variation, which I have seen. Maybe that's what was pinging in my head. I was like, I've seen that before. And the last time I saw it, I got promptly wrecked. Okay, so this is all normal stuff. I'm going to look at that again because I was going just balls out. I didn't know. I was just trying to make good moves. All right. Turns out they were book moves, which is sexy. I'm into that. Yeah, I didn't understand that move because this looks like the accelerated dragon. And I was like, but wait, isn't that towards e4? I guess it works here. It says bishop is already developed. Let me see what his move should have been. Huh. Whoa, it's playing a whole game. Jesus. Fuck. Okay, so 15 moves of this game, apparently. I mean, I don't know if the computer just went ham or if the game has just been played that many times. I think the game's just been played that many times. But goddamn. And then you get into this position where you actually make a decision. Wow. Well, okay, computer. Fuck. So, I did notice that after this move, him trying to go for this long diagonal, which he did, and I didn't know how to capitalize on this inaccuracy. It did feel like an inaccuracy, but I know how to capitalize on it. He started getting problems there, but he was able to. He rocked and rolled. Okay. So it doesn't like this. It did like this knight move. It seemed premature to me. The game's still close to equal, but you lost your advantage. Okay, so that was the advantage. Basically looking at that square. I'm thinking. Well, I saw, obviously, this coming along. You know, angling at this rook, which eventually it did, because I didn't fucking move it. This maneuver, I eventually put my knight over here. It probably is like, that was a terrible move. This, come on, motherfucker, Jesus. I mean, I assume that's the answer is just moving the pawn. Because I'm threatening a fork. I mean, I'm threatening a fork, but it's kind of a fork that I guess I'd be getting that light squared bishop, which would be nice. And it's just kind of annoying. I think there's some other sting in this move, because doesn't it just get kicked out? Well, no, it doesn't, because it moves the king. Okay, so at the very least, this fork, arrows. This fork makes the king move, which is annoying. Hey Twitch, say something. I love the lurking, by the way. As in I really do love the lurking. But it helps the algorithm if you say lurking or something. So say hello. And follow too. If you do follow, then you can unfollow if you want. But there should be a dumb sound that I set up. So follow real quick, hear the sound, and if you hate my shit, unfollow. It's fine. But I want to see if it works. Okay. Where was I? Why is this such a good move? King f8? Really? So it just makes the king lose castle rights. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Wow. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that at all. I saw the tactic here. I wasn't paying attention to this fork, this potential fork. My mind went, oh, my knight could go there and protect this pawn and not be pinned. But he'll just kick me out, and then what will I do? Or, moreover, I'll go here and the queen will go here or something. Or the queen will go here. Huh. The queen wouldn't go there because then it'd get taken. Get took. I guess that's maybe a bad move because maybe this is coming? King check c4. No, because it's just a super... Yeah, that's why. You can't move the queen. So the only way out of this is king over. And you're just weakening his development. And that's the mistake. So this inaccuracy that this person had with trying to fianchetto. That's right, fianchetto. I've been calling it fianchetto my entire goddamn life. And really, when I say fianchetto now, because I looked it up, didn't want to believe it. But I looked it up, and I was like, all right, fine. I went to that YouTube dude who's got the really low, like kind of Spanish-sounding voice for pronunciation anyway. And he's like, fianchetto. I was like, fuck. Is there like an English or an American pronunciation? Like a Dutch pronunciation where they're like, fianchetto? No. To this day, when I say fianchetto, I either feel like an ass or feel like I'm saying it wrong. So you might ask what that was. Don't. We'll just call it gross and leave it to that. I'll actually tell you what it was. So this is an Ember mug, okay? This is not any kind of sponsorship. Look at how many followers I have. I don't get sponsors. One of my buddies heard me bitching about having to heat up my coffee constantly. And so he got me this Ember mug. I felt like a real YouTuber or Twitcher person. I really dig the mug. I will say, though, there's a couple things. One, you can't change the heating element out or the battery, which blows. Two, if you put milk in your coffee, which I do, and you've got an ember, if you let it sit for too long, what happens? That's right. The milk heats up to a point where the fat separates just a little bit, and that happens. It's not awful. It's just one of those, it's a different experience than I was going for. All right. Keep this in mind. Can I switch this? Okay, I was white. Keeping this in mind, assuming someone plays the English, which they never do. I rarely play people that play the English. You can do the symmetrical variation, but the symmetrical variation wants you to be symmetrical. If you're feeling froggy and you do this move, this is bad. Because after these takes, and if that happens, don't do that. Do this. That's the sexy. Because I can't really stop the knight from coming here and forcing the king over, which is awesome. And apparently this is the best move. What it says? D6. Well, no, it wants D6. Right, so that is okay. I mean, that seems like it's okay. It still says white's winning. I guess maybe because you got this guy just sitting here. Maybe the bishop can come out. Or maybe some kind of push. That doesn't seem right. F4. Bishop F4. Oh, so I was right. Okay, so you're just putting lots of pressure on this. And then E5, right, to stop it. I'm assuming a take. DE, as people say. Come on. And the threat is, pretty obvious. It's getting forked. And then D kills E. Yeah. So you got a choice. Do you take the queen? I wouldn't take the queen. It wants to take the queen. Because you're still losing the castle privileges, which is kind of the point, right? You have to take. You can come here, but then you get forked. So you got to do that. And now you can take here maybe. No, probably want to move the bishop back because you've got this and this going. Bishop E3, right. Yeah, so that's why you don't do it. Interesting. All right, so let's continue with this analysis. So he makes this move, and I make a mistake. The mistake is now we're equal again because I did not capitalize upon his mistake. Although he doesn't really correct it till later. All right, we make some of this, and I make a big fat fucking mistake. I did think this was a mistake. I think I said it earlier in the game. You overlooked an opportunity to connect the rooks. Interesting. That's not why I thought it was a bad mistake, or a mistake. I was cognizant of, obviously, all the pressure in the game being here, of this being able to happen, and this being able to happen. And eventually this, which all of that did come to pass. One of the reasons I pushed there, to bolster that square in a way from this. That was my idea. But it weakens the king. Interesting. It likes the rooks can see each other. So connecting the rooks. It's not really afraid of this. Or I should say that. Which is what I thought he was going to do. What is this? Bishop D7. So he wants to put his bishop in the game. I kind of wonder if this guy would have put his bishop in the game. I don't think he would have. I think he was going to do this anyway. But maybe I'm wrong. And one of the ideas is not this. I guess this doesn't work. Yeah. I guess it doesn't work because when I take back, I've got these two defenders looking at this guy. And this could slide over at some point. I mean, we trade pawns, right? Taking that seems dubious because now I'm pinning myself. Maybe sliding over now. What does it want? Rook. Actually, rook kills d5. Yeah. I mean, doesn't the bishop come out? Rook to b8. Attacking this pawn. Double attacking it so the queen can't. Maybe come into b2. f3. So it doesn't really care so much about... Interesting. The computer wants to not worry. I think it doesn't worry about this so much because that could be coming. Maybe? But that doesn't make sense because you just get taken. I was thinking of some kind of fork. It wants bishop f3. Now, I don't understand here. Maybe I'm just making too big a deal out of it. Because it knows the queen's going to have to move. That's why I moved the bishop to guard the knight. But it seems like that is a move. Or not that, sorry. That's a move. Or this, just coming after the queen. Interesting, it wants the king forward. So, queen kills h6. Oh, I'm not paying attention to the game. Right. Yeah, okay, well this is why I don't play in the day. Man, my tactics. Just not getting there, am I? This position right here, this is demonstrative. This demonstrates, in my opinion, my weakness at chess. Like, when the board is open like this, there's lots of vacuous space. You know, lots of, okay, this is pinned, this is under pressure, wait a minute, this is potential, there we go. Like, this kind of stuff starts to make me like go, wait, what's going on? Maybe I'm just bad at chess. But I wonder, is there a way, that's a weird line, I wonder if there's a way to think about this differently. I make this box because that's like what my brain sees. Like I see this big shape. I know that could sound really stupid, but that's literally what I see. And I wonder if there's a different way to be thinking, because it's a lot of calculations, the wrong word. Permutations are the wrong word. It's like with computers and RAM. Like, you can do all the different computations and have to hold them in your brain, right? But sometimes it's easier to conceptualize something, to group it and say, okay, well, there's that, and then there's that. And I haven't gotten to that point with this kind of position. I don't know if that makes any sense to people that might be listening, but it's an idea. I'm actually going to write it down. Hold on a second. Yeah. In fact, as I write this down, I'm going to place a little bit of music. This is some Intrepid Adventurers. Actually, no. I'm going to play some all lowercase letters. I like to give them some as well. This is while I write down some notes.
What to do on a freight train or everyday fight? Make a midnight kiss with fantasy to hide. Take a twist on every day, an emotional fright. No space, plan flight. We're leaving Earth tonight. If they won't let you ride, but can't let go, as high as you are, pretend blind spot, or just because the other time to run. No one is justified, no excuse for this. Here we are, you're the star, and it's time, even though yes, but it's a crime. You're the star, and it's time, even though yes, but it's a crime. It's over.
Right. So that was some all lowercase letters. Midnight's Kiss. But you can find them on like everywhere. Spotify and Instagram stories. I use it a lot. So what I wrote down is a bunch of little notes that I might be able to remember. So my issues, one of them is at the mid game, move 15 to 20-ish. When there's an open middle, lots of possible threats and exchanges. Especially, man, I don't understand, like, diagonals. It's like I can't see diagonals. When I do late night chess, one of the people that pops on, Slanted Smile and Megan, they constantly tell me, one, to hydrate, and two, they're like, dude, check your diagonals. Diagonals. I don't even know how to spell diagonals. Lord. Anyway. Lots of possible threats and exchanges, and I guess it's not immediately I just lost my train of thought, obvious what to do. And I think I just overthink it or get fixated. Maybe there's so much going on, I'm aware, and like looking at the board right now with fresh eyes, like if I weren't playing, for example, if I wasn't in the chess game, I feel like I could look at it and be much more sober-minded about it. Be like, oh, wait, there's a threat with the queen. But I find myself, like the ADHD, to blame it on that. Like just like laser beaming in on that shit. And I'm like, the horse, it must be the horse, right? Like sacrificing fucking... Anyway. There was a thread in my mind. I didn't actually say it out loud. So the question is that I need to answer. What's the answer? Is there another way to conceptualize or simplify as a concept? I think that's exactly the same phrase. Huh. Is there another way to conceptualize / simplify the concept? Would be a better way to say that. The concept, or shapes or patterns to see, to look for. So I've noticed when I watch people like Gotham Chess, or any of those other people, which there's loads and loads and loads. Daniel Naroditsky does it a lot. Where and Hikaru, Nakamura, they'll say, oh yeah, there's the triangle, there's the right angle, or oh, this pattern, oh, I've seen that pattern. And obviously I know what they're talking about. I see patterns too. But their toolbox of patterns is much greater for obvious reasons. I know, play a lot of chess, study. But to understand the concept of what to look for. Especially like mating patterns. Like this is very strong, I understand. Like what I see, I wish I could just move the pieces around. Like, if the queen is here, the bishop can come back and affect the queen. And I know that, and the knight being there would be kind of tough, right? That wouldn't work. Like I know immediately, oh, it would just get taken somehow, or this way or that way or whatever. But it seems like when people that are rather good see that immediate, oh, there's this, this, and this, they know it will work. Or they've got a really good idea that it'll work. Oh, this is a square, boom, boom. That's where the king can go, and bam, you can get a mate. Or whatever it is. But I've not gotten to that form, I don't even mean level, that form of thinking about the game. Instead, I'm very, this does it, and then this, and then that one, right? And I can get confused rather quickly. I'm a smart dude, but I still get confused. All right, let's go back to the actual review of the game. Right, so I make a big old mistake. I want to remember I can connect the rooks. Yes. I was afraid of this move. Why was I afraid? Because I hadn't played all of the tactics. I knew that when he did this, he'd be opening up his light squared bishop, getting it in the game. He'd be that much closer to connecting his own rooks, as well as moving here and having a gnarly on the king, which is why I was reticent about pushing there, but I thought it all sort of hinged on this move. I was wrong. The computer wants me to just connect the rooks. As in, this is not as big of a threat as I think it is. And it improves the position. I guess that's the idea. It just improves the position. What's the other analysis it gives? So queen d2, of course, b3. I would assume that's not as good because it removes a defender of the horse as well as exposes the rook. So I guess b3 allows for a4. Is that y? No, I want to do this line really quick. b3, I wonder if it'll change it like in the middle. b3, queen, b6. Right. Lasering. Yeah, I don't understand that move there. I mean, it protects this. I don't understand. Queen c1. Yeah. Okay. So I guess what b3 does is it just gives him less targets. Because when this comes, which it's going to come, this protects the knight now against this guy, and I'm just improving the position. Again, this is something good. This is good. I'm glad that I came back and looked at those other moves. Because the queen just popping out and connecting the rooks, I know that as a tenant, but when to properly use it, obviously you shouldn't just make a developing move when there's a threat, right? Like you got to deal with the threat. But I like this where it's like, hey, look, it's okay. Like you know there's a threat coming. Dealing with the threat sometimes is just prophylactic. This improves the position, although my shit is on a lot of light squares. That really is an important pawn, isn't it? Anyway, so I'm going to write that down really quick. No one's in the chat? There's people in the chat. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Twitch. If you would, say hello in the chat. It helps the algorithm. And I would also love to hear from you. I am analyzing a game I just lost. And it's been very instructive. This middle game stuff, this middle game stuff is definitely my weak point. You know, the part where chess is like actually playing the chess. But anyway, that's the update. And I'm going down some of these moves. Interesting. Now it says this is just good. This was actually my move. I was really scared about that move. The computer's like, dude, don't be scared about that move yet. Just improve your position. This is the best move because it connects the rooks. Puts the queen on dark colors and protects not that square, the knight. It also eyeballs that square. So whenever this bishop does move, the queen can kind of start moving in and bucking around. I saw this move, I was also thinking of that move, which is worse, right? Yeah, a lot worse. But this is good too. Super passive, but it removes one of the targets, and then eventually this comes and protects and removes all the targets. It also doesn't just utterly expose my king. So what I'm going to write, I'm going to play a little bit more music while I write stuff. I know that this can be annoying, but guess what? It's my channel. This is all lowercase letters in the far FC as I write some notes.
You see the strange bedfellows, he said to me and closed his eyes. You got to be who you are. Purity rings, secret things, delight, coma wondering. Are they out for you? So what do you do? Baffling airs abaft the beam, cold sun, hard sea came. Beat to fickle bear poles, 2-6 heave, topped by a rogue wave. Windbound, adrift, beyond the vanishing. Fantasy, 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 fantasy. Master overwhelmed, leeward doldrums contemplate, decks awash, no escort by the board. Cats and nine tails tell no tales to the albatross. And between the far off sea and between you and me, is there anything in the far off sea, far off sea, far off sea,
Right. So that's in the far off sea by, in the far off sea period by all lowercase letters. I like to give these guys some street cred, Intrepid Adventurers in all lowercase letters, because they allow me to use their music, copyright free. And in fact, for all lowercase letters, you can use their stuff. Anyway, I feel like Interpol. I think you like them. This has been rather instructive. Probably more instructive in the day than it usually is at night because I'm more awake and not drunk. Cheers. Okay, so this is what I wrote. Obviously check for the immediate threats for them, but also and me. And that accusative case is not the greatest for clarity, but the idea is this. What I was really paying attention to in this was what Bill's Donuts could do, and so I was trying to stop it, right? I was trying to stop him from doing it. What I wasn't doing was thinking, okay, what are the threats I have towards him? Not where can I get in, which is where my mind was. I was like, where can I get in? Which I think is how this move came about eventually. Where can I get in? Instead, what am I threatening? And that's a weak pawn. I literally weakened that pawn on purpose, right? Earlier in the game. That's great because now that's a super weak pawn, and he can't move his bishop. He's going to have to start like moving his king or, thinking about those sorts of thoughts. Yeah. Or, so you can deal with it directly. So let's see. Check for immediate threats for them and me. Let me see. I should say, not for them, towards them. There's not enough room. Did you ever meet those people that like would, when they're writing on a piece of paper, if they messed up, they would throw away the entire piece of paper instead of erasing? You guys know those people? I remember in school being like, God damn, you can't mess up at all. Irony. I like erasing. I think it's kind of cool. I use a number 2 pencil. Okay. So check for immediate threats towards them and me, right? Really, the wording here, being pedantic, but the whole point is to say, don't just think about how you're getting attacked. So it is towards me and towards them. Second, the impending threats can be dealt with in a couple ways. One is obviously directly. So if something is attacking, you can take care of it. That's the obvious. But the second one, this is what I've learned here. With improving the position to remove the sting, this is some of Daniel Narodetsky's, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, terminology. He often talks about taking the sting out of something. Anyway, with improving the position to remove the sting of the threat, and the bonus would be to also develop. So I think this is a pretty passive move for the dog. He comes here. There we go. I'm improving my position. It's just rather passive. Like, I'm just sort of allowing him to do whatever the hell he wants, right? Bishop d7. Where's bishop d7? All right. Right, so he's able to start mounting an attack and connecting his rooks and all that crap. What's the follow-up here? a4. So it's gaining space and preventing that. So this is what I was talking about. That this kind of move, I know pretty well, but my queen can't really move here because of this, right? Oh, it actually says don't go a4 now. So what's a better move? Sir, knight a4. Oh, this is the move that I had done, but I wasn't prepped for it. So this person has a pretty good bead on this pawn. Bishop kills a4 finally, right? And this is not prepped. Wait. Oh, derp. Not that bishop. Bishop kills a4 here. I was like, Meh. Really quick. Oh, this loses because of that. Duh. Derp. Right, so this comes. I'm assuming I take. Yep. Weakens my pawns, doubles this shit up, whatever. And then knight f to c8. Right. Because rook f to c8. Because my rooks are not connected, that's an issue. So that actually highlights why being so passive here, not there, here, is bad. Now, being able to see all of that, I can get the gut, like the intuition for it, but I didn't see it, obviously. This is sexy because the pieces are now active. I am protecting this square. This is protected by the other rook. The rooks are connected, so they're going to start being in the game. And then bishop d7 happens. So now I'm assuming, maybe, no. It also likes the queen out, which is what he actually did. Can't the knight come out here. Rook F to D1. This is the super double, and that makes sense. Although, because this pawn is stopping this pawn from getting attacked, so that makes sense, I guess. Bishop D7, improving, and then this is lasering the queen, because probably this is gonna move. So you just build up, build up, build up. I'm gonna play through this a little bit. FC8 on the knight, and then queen E3. Now, why queen E3? It blocks here. It opens up the rook to actually do something. Okay. And this could happen. Not 100% sure why that's such a good move. Maybe because this is going to follow up. A5, gaining space. Right? Okay. So basically this and that and then this can happen. Okay. Let's go back. Yeah, I take a lot of time on the analyses. So this is what actually happened. And I understand why that was bad. I'm glad my little knight move over here wasn't awful. It actually thought it was okay. You won material by capturing a pawn. I think I was actually in an okay position here. I had brought it back from the brink of destruction. And then I fucked up. Right there. Didn't know what to do. I allowed this. I was unsure how to do this. You overlooked an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. Right, so let me see. This was the move. I'm still protecting. He can't protect this pawn. And we're actually equal in that regard. That would have been the shit. So rook C8. Yeah, obviously I take. I'm assuming I take. Let's see. Once E6. Well, if I take, then I lose this pawn. Yeah, so now comes E6. Rook check. I don't have anything else to do but this. Can't he just come here? No, he can't because my bishop. F kills this. And I either check or I take. Surely I just take. Right. So now I've got some defenders. My king is off the dark squares. He's got this isolated. He's up a pawn. These guys are kind of locked off. This could be coming. I mean, maybe that's a good move. Right. Rook to C7. Right, blocking my rook from doing this. I could come down here for the trade. Boom, boom. And then he kind of pushes there, I guess. But I think I'm losing. I mean, then it all becomes about this pawn, and he can get there a lot faster than me. See, rook D6. Attacking the pawn. Right? So he pushes the pawn. No. E7. Yeah. That's pretty sexy. I feel like that's a move. B3, yeah. Okay. Anyway, back to the game. So I lost the game here when I allowed the passed pawn. And it was all Clayton's. Wasn't sure what to do here. Should have put... I just chose the wrong piece. I knew what I was trying to do. I thought this was on lock. It wasn't. This would be better because if he takes... well, actually, if he takes, then I get his rook. Well, no. Let me see. Let's say I do this. Say he takes. If I take, we're in good shape. But that's not what I did. What was I thinking? He takes over here. That's a blunder. Yeah. It's here to block. King to G1, attacking the rook. Rook to E2. I can just move forward again, right? Yep. And now he's got to give up that. Well, he could move here. King kills H2. He could move here, check me, and I've got to move up. Does that not work? I guess that doesn't work. Yeah, I think he's just kind of starting to trap himself at that point. Anyway, takes there. And he's up. I mean, I can take. But that would be... Yeah, I could take. This might be a big bad move, because I see this happening. Yeah, that's a mistake. So the idea was doom, 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 and if he does this, then he wins the bishop, and I'm in bad way. So I can't move these guys, but I can do this. But doesn't this just lose here? Well, no, I got that. Where to move? I'm thinking here. E3. So just staying near the pawn. I'm seeing pawn moves up here. Bishop F8. Just triangulating. Anyway. Oh yeah, and it all went downhill from here. You permitted the opponent to win a bishop through an eventual fork. Truth. Also a bad move. You're going to end up losing a bishop. Okay. So this is the better outcome, but it's a losing game. And that was the end. So I played like an 1100, which is about right. His opening was dubious. His middle game was great. Middle game accuracy for him was 80. Mine was 70. So my middle game actually wasn't that bad. My end game was shit-tastic. And his wasn't that much better. Opening accuracy, not so great. You know, I'm actually beating myself up quite a bit. 80%, 70% on my opening middle game. The issue is that I made those 2 or 3 mistakes, which were just shit. Right on. Rook accuracy and end games. All right. Well, that's what I got. It has been good to hang out with ye in the middle of the day. I've got to make some coffee and then go to acting class. So I'm going to be doing an acting class tonight. I decided to take the plunge and start into that. I actually have a short film that just finished. It's called Nocturne. It's all dramatic and shit. And I will submit it to some film festivals when I find some film festivals that are worthwhile. I'm talking to a couple dudes, a couple people that are quite knowledgeable about that. So hopefully it can get into something. Regardless, we might have some private premieres and such. I wanted to thank the Patreon people that support my podcasts. Daniel Holker, Tim Roberts, and Nostalgic. And yeah, I will be back on Friday. So I'm doing this schedule with something Bunkum Chess. I'm attempting a schedule. Because without one, I just stream every day, which while great, it ends up being at like 12 a.m., 3 a.m. So I'm doing Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on the Wednesday, it'll be in the afternoon, around 2 or 3. So that's the plan. Beyond that, I've got this other podcast called the red writ. The red writ. Here's a little thing about it. Boom. Check that out. Hey, what's up? Hey, red writ. So we do 2 campaigns right now. The major one is The Red Writ. It's a horror investigation game. It's also on Twitch. Dread Lore is the name of the channel if you want to check it out. It's on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you're out west, that's like 4 p.m. The other game we play is Into Space, which think aliens, Starship Troopers, that kind of stuff. It's actually really fun, and we will get back to it. If you are interested in guest starring or something, there's ways to contact us. You do the Instagrams, all that good stuff. I would be remiss to not ask you to like and subscribe and all that good crap if you're into that. Subscriptions on the Twitch mean you don't have any ads, apparently. Although, something Bunkum Chess right now, I'm not an affiliate. I'm probably not going to do it, even when I get up to the thing. Because I think ads are stupid. So, if you followed, it'd be awesome. It'd also make that little ding thing happen. It's pretty cool. You should do it. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, then there you go. Praise be to you for getting this far in the stream. I'm going to play some Intrepid Adventurers as an outro. And I think that's going to be all. Yeah? Yeah? If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't like it, let me know. If you have any advice for getting better at chess, absolutely let me know. What I've been doing on the white side is I've been playing the English opening. And to be honest, I've gotten a little bored with it. But I'm really trying to hammer that and actually understand it against what can be thrown at it. I really want to try the cow opening. Anna Kremling's opening. Which I know Tyler 1 is like playing it all over the place. But apparently Anna Kremling actually made it. But I'm sticking to the English for right now. So that's what I'm doing there. For black, which you did not get to see because I started too late, I've been doing the Sicilian, and which variation I haven't hammered down because there's so many variations, and white can be like, fuck you. And so you kind of have to figure out all the different ones. If they play D4, then I've been going after the kid. Billy the Kid. No? Knight's Indian Defense. King's Indian Defense is what I've been playing for black. And that has garnered a lot of good. I know that's an old defense, but I've been listening again to a lot of Daniel Naroditsky, and he likes it, and a lot of other people do. So any advice, let me know. No advice? It's fine. It's fine. You don't have to give me advice. You don't have to. Oh. All right. I'm going to get out of here, y'all. Here's some Intrepid Adventurers to soothe your brain. Here we go.
myself down. Responsibility wavering. I'm losing my nation's ground. Yeah, yeah. Was too late to forgive myself. I'm a crackpot.